Alright, so this video is talking about the single best decision that I have ever made. It quite literally changed my life entirely. It allowed me to move across the world to live in Bali at the age of 21. Yes, I'm 22 now. And it also had me quit my stable job in a restaurant where I was making, well, a decent amount of money, but I was able to run my own store. And before I get to what that decision is, I just want to tell a quick story. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I basically spent most of last month doing a 4-hour work week type of thing with business, where I really just focused on trying to quote unquote enjoy life. But what I realized is what that led to was me not enjoying life. That led to me doing more things that I did not want to do, right? For example, I stopped doing things like fucking playing MLB. I stopped doing things like working for extended periods of time, going to the gym as hard as I would like to. And what that month led to was a couple of things. One, my business dropping in revenue. We dropped like 20K last month. What it also led to was me realizing that I like what I like, and I needed to remember the one decision that changed everything for me. And all that was deciding to not give a fuck what anybody thinks. For example, what you guys think right now. I am filming a video while playing a little bit of MLB, playing a little Road to the Show action. In addition, I'm actually playing it on easy difficulty. My guy in the last series went 18 for 18 for 25 with 5 home runs and a perfect game pitch because this game's just easy, and I just grounded into an inning-ending double play. So while I wait for my next at-bat, one thing that I've noticed humans tend to do is always think about the negative. They try to play it safe, right? Oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? And they try to cover for those things. I think that leads into a lot of other things in life, and that bleeds into other aspects of life where you need to make big decisions or your life needs a change, things like that. For example, when I was in the restaurant, I had something stable. I had built something good. I had just hit a couple of accolades that I really enjoyed, and then I quit. Now, most people, actually not most, every single person around me at that time said, "What are you doing?" They thought I was insane, right? And the big thing was, what if you fail? What if you fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I win? What if I succeed? What if every single one of those negatives isn't real? What if it doesn't exist? And it was hard to trust the people who were saying that they were looking out for me and my best interest because they hadn't done things that I wanted to themselves, right? So it's pretty interesting how that works, right? What if you fail? What if I win? What if I win, right? Right? A lot of people don't start that business because they worry about what others think. For me, I struggled to pick up the camera and just record long form because I struggled to wrap my head around, oh, what are others gonna think? First off, if you're watching this, fucking thank you. If marketing has taught me anything, is that you just want to shout at the top of your lungs that you have something that people want. So if 5 people watch this video, if 10 people watch this video, if 10,000 people watch this video, I do not care because I don't care what people think. If you found this, well, you probably will get along with me. But just going back to that original point, who fucking cares what people think, right? People get so enclosed by worrying about what others think and doing what others say that they should do. Once again, if you know me, you know that I don't really like the word should. But people get so wrapped up in this. Like, it's genuinely crazy. If somebody makes a comment about something that you do, somebody gives you some sort of criticism, like, why are you worried what they think? Like, genuinely, why are you worried what they think? Like, imagine if there was, do this thought exercise with me for a second. Imagine that your life was a story, okay? Would you rather just be floating inside of a story that's already written, that has already been written by somebody else? Or would you rather go write your own story? Not know what the next line is going to be, not know what's going to happen in the next chapter. It's the equivalent of reading a book where you know everything that is going to happen and you know every single outcome of every single chapter, I guess, versus reading a book for the first time. I just fundamentally cannot understand why people play inside the construct of other people's rules. So fuck what you should be doing, fuck what you shouldn't be doing. If there's rules that you think that you need to follow, break them, challenge them, go against everything else. Every single time that I've played within the construct of somebody else's rules, it led to me enjoying my life less than if I just played by my own playbook. For example, people said, "Hey Matt, You need to go to school. You need to go to post-secondary. Go get an education. And I was actually like shamed for not wanting that, by the way. But then not only didn't I go to university, I don't even think I graduated high school. When I say I don't think, I didn't graduate high school. No, I'm not a dropout. It was COVID. I missed a class. It was an accident. I fully intended to graduate, but I just didn't. But because I made that decision to not go to post-secondary, I ended up getting a job at a restaurant, which was 4 years of working as hard as I could, developing my skills of communicating. What's up?
What's up? In the video?
Yeah, say hi.
Hello.
That's Alex. That's my business partner. But I spent 4 years in a restaurant learning how to communicate, learning how to lead people, learning how to have tough conversations that me as a 16 and 17-year-old didn't know how to have. And if I went to school, I don't think I would have been able to develop those skills. I don't think that I would have been able to meet some of the people that have been most impactful in my life, all because I didn't give a shit what other people thought, and I broke the rules. Then I went and broke the rules again. Not only did I break so many rules in the restaurant, they should have fired me 100 times. But then I broke the rules of the path that they all told me to take, the path that they nurtured me to take. And what did that lead to? That led to me buying a couple of education programs, a couple of courses, meeting the people who were literally my mentors in making my first $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. And then through that mentorship, running into my business partner who agreed to come fly across the world with me and live in Bali. And now, to top that all off, I live with my 3 closest friends right now in a giant villa that I otherwise would not have been able to afford if I didn't break all the rules and not give a fuck what everybody thinks. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I have all the answers to life, because I don't. I'm 22, but what I can do is speak from my experience. In 22 years, it feels like I have lived more of a life than most 30 and 40-year-old adults that I have been in contact with. Like, really think about that for a second. It feels like I have had more lifetimes than the people who I've been surrounded with my entire life. And guess what? There are still big moves that are coming, right? I'm trying to build my company to multiple millions of dollars, right? Potentially even a month. I'm trying to set up offices. I'm trying to keep exploring the world. I'm trying to meet new people. Now, once again, I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I know the path, but I just cannot fathom the fact that people believe that it's a smart idea to give a fuck what other people think. Like, do you think the dude who I played soccer with, who I had a fight with, gives a shit what I'm doing right now? I don't even remember his name. I should remember he was blonde or something. But I'm gonna go sit here and be worried about what his opinions of my life are? It doesn't make any sense. So if any of that resonated, think about your life for a second. And think about the decisions that you make, and think about which ones are yours. Which ones are things that you've told yourself that you want, and which ones are you accepting things. Because this video is strictly for me. Strictly for the version of me who's going to look back in 3 months, 6 months, and a year in a rut at some point. This is the video that he's gonna come back to. This is the video that I'm gonna come back and watch, because when I'm making decisions, the absolute last thing that I wanna do is think about the opinions of anybody except for myself. So, anyways, that's a little journal entry, I guess, for me. I'm gonna go back to playing MLB because that's what I wanna do. And I don't give a fuck what you think. But if you enjoyed this, obviously I spoke a little bit more polarizingly in this video. If you enjoyed stuff like this, consider dropping a like, consider subscribing. It'd mean a lot to me. And yeah, toodaloo, motherfucker.